Today's true story from the Bible comes from the books of 1st and 2nd Timothy. The story is about a man named, can I get a drum roll, please? Timothy! That wasn't a big surprise, was it? Since it came from a book of the Bible called Timothy? Ever since Timothy was little, he had learned about God from his mom and grandma. So by the time he was a young man, he knew a lot. Then he met someone who taught him even more about God. Paul. Timothy went on trips with Paul to visit churches and help teach about God. Timothy must have been a great helper because later, Paul sent him out on his own to help churches. Timothy even became a pastor at a church in a city called Ephesus. Say, "Good job, Timothy." Paul wanted to help Timothy be a good leader for the church, so he wrote Timothy a letter. In the Bible, the letter is called 1 Timothy. In 1 Timothy, Paul gave advice, helpful tips about how to live and how to lead a church. His advice was that Timothy should be an example for others of how to be like Jesus. When I think of being like Jesus, I think about being kind. Point to yourself if you think you can be kind like Jesus. Paul also wrote a second letter to Timothy. But here was a sad thing. Paul was in prison for teaching people about Jesus. While he was there, he used his time to share more helpful words with Timothy. He gave Timothy advice like, when you follow Jesus, hard times will probably come, but don't be afraid. Jesus makes it better. And he reminded Timothy about God's faithfulness. God always does what he says he will do. He said, stay focused on doing God's work. Serving God is the most important. The last advice Paul gave Timothy was, the best way to do God's work is to always be kind, even when you correct people doing wrong things, and teach the truth that's in the Bible. Timothy learned so much from Paul, and so can we, because we have it in the Bible. We can learn how to share about Jesus and know that God works through regular people, even us.